Welcome back to episode 5 where we are finally going to be going on the guild's expedition. So I've done pretty much all the preparations I want to make already. Just want to chat to a couple of the guys around Treasure Town. So yeah, this is Skunk Tank's team are taking the nick already. But everyone else pretty excited. So there's Loudred. Yeah. Not keen on Loudred still. Very arrogant character, but we like Sunflora. We like the other guys as well. So there's Bidoof. I mean, we are going to be going with Bidoof for the first leg of the journey. I can't remember how many dungeons there are in total. In my head it's 4, but I also pretty much dealt with all of my kind of sales, so I now have more than enough. Now, I've not cheated to get this at all, but I have more than enough money in the bank for Flamethrower when Purple Cactuon eventually has it, which he will do. And there's Diglett as well. It's his first one. Yeah, I remember I went through this dialogue a minute ago. It talks about secret bazaars, and I don't think I've ever actually used the one. I think it's a random chance of stepping on it in every floor of a dungeon, maybe. I can't really remember. I think it's similar to stairs. But other than that, I think we are all ready to rumble. So let's give chat out the news. A big warning now. So this is the kind of... very much resembles in the first game when you get kicked out and have to go on the run. This... I mean, I think the developers loved that, basically. That was one of the best parts of the game, where you don't get access to the town, you have to do lots of dungeons back to back, and yeah, you just don't have access to anything. There's kind of 3 of them in this game. So first, the objective, exploration of Fogbound Lake. Perpetually shrouded by a dense fog. It is almost rumoured a treasure of exquisite beauty is hidden there. Skunk Tank scheming already. So where is it? It is miles away, as far as I remember. Yeah, it's the furthest we've definitely been so far on that. A couple at the foot of the Highlands here. Should actually split up into several groups. I mean, I've kind of let slip who we're going with already. Sunflora, Loudred, Diglett and Groudon together. Loudred being a dick again. Dodrio, Charmander and Corfish. It's a shame you never really get to see how their groupings went. Guildmaster and Chatot. Guildmaster not happy with that. Really. Team Skull, Travel Independent, yep. Kind of predictable. And then me, Sam and Bidoof together. The newbies in the same group. But we've played as Bidoof before, we know he's tough. Okay, we're setting out. Group settled on a route along the sea coast. And that makes our first dungeon, Craggy Coast. Guild's big expedition. So this is only chapter 7 of 20 still, so we're less than halfway through the game, the main game. There's another classic theme. Love this one as well. It's the first Kangaskhan rock. It's a save point and items, I think. Yeah. Bidoof's nervous. I think this is where we have a little, okay. Just looking at the map. So yeah, our first 2 dungeons are just going to be making it to the base camp. But this is where we have a little think to ourselves and realise that Sam's acting like a leader. He was so timid before, trying so much harder. So yeah, it's good character development, both for the player and for the partner there. And this is the first example of 2 entrances. So this is what they did in the first game as well. Give you an option to do the side path, which is a little trading path, I think, which I never do. At the moment I've got too many reviver seeds to need trading. So we're just going to go straight into Craggy Coast. This theme is just so jaunty, like, more than anything. Krabby must have some IQ move that blocks it. Generally like a little like fairground thing. Loves that man. Well, before we do anything else as well, I have a hell of a lot of gummies and stuff to get through. Take out this Craggy first. Did it. Bit of coming in with the not at all useful moves. Fair enough, I'll let him have that one. Yeah, I've got loads of gummies from the ones we've been storing up, and the zinc as well, so let's chuck that down there. I don't know if there's a cap, like there is in the main games, for the status boosting items. Body. Yeah, I think that's the one where he jumps in front, where I'm on low health and about to get killed, I think. That one's quite good. I've got loads. Got IQ boosts stats as well. I've banked my 2 blue gummies now, so any I do find from here on, I can have. And I think that's everything. Yeah, I've not actually bought that many items, but most of them are reviver seeds, so it's fine. Away with that one. Gummy. So yeah, in the first game, Red and Blue Rescue Team, there's only one like big mission. Other than, I mean, you can kind of include Sky Tower in that as well, but it is just the one dungeon. But the first time you get chased out of town, that's the kind of big... I think that's the first big thing in that game that makes it like not a kids game. Because you realise that like the characters are going through serious stuff. Not so much at this point in the game. Cheeky level up. Because yeah, this is fundamentally this part of the game is an adventure rather than when we come across a more serious adventure later on, or 2 more of them. Yeah, in the first game you realise just how different this story is compared to the main Pokemon games, which are just kind of a Pokemon adventure. The Mystery Dungeon games are an emotional journey. Oh, Bidoof. Got ruined. No, fair enough, I'll let him have that one. Weirdly, he's only good when I play as him. Not when he's AI. Actually, I want to talk to him. I don't think that feature is actually present in the later games where you can turn around and talk to your partners. I think they always just say generic stuff rather than stuff specific to their characters. Lovely, got away with that one. Still that apple. Bring Sam in for this one. I hope he doesn't use Water Gun. I still don't think he's got Type Advantage Master, the IQ thing. Because that is more or less an essential one to have, because otherwise he will just use moves that either heal or do no damage. Got to try and remember how many floors this place has as well. In my head it's 14, but that seems too high. Getting too confident with holding down, well, circle on this controller, but B. In the later dungeons I'm going to have to take it a bit more slowly, because at the moment I can just race through everything and get away with it. There's going to come a point where I'm taking one step and then having a 10-minute think in between with the later dungeons. Ah. thought I'd dodge them. I think this might be the first dungeon where we've got the boxes now as well, which are the ones you take to Zatu for appraisal. Which I always just sell the boxes, to be honest. It seems fairly pointless. Blue gummy, definitely take that. Just get rid of the other ones as well while we're at it. One more sky. Oh, it's only 9 floors. Okay. And now we are on Mount Horn. And it's another classic theme. Nearly there. But we are hungry. So this is presumably, like, I mentioned we never get to see what the other Pokemon are doing of the guild. Presumably they're just cracking on at this point, whereas we camp overnight for food. And I suspect we're going to get told off for that later. Let's get it done. Right, I don't think we need to check storage at all at this point because I took out most of what we need already. I just want to check if we can go back. No, so the game stops you from going back here, so you are very much on your own on this journey. Which, I think that's a big part of what makes this a good part of the game, to be honest. So we're going to go straight for Mount Horn. No training needed. So this dungeon is very much reminiscent of the Great Canyon from the first game, in my opinion. It's that same, similar sort of vibe. The canyon's more kind of deserty, this one's kind of more mountainous, but still very much similar point in the game. Similar vibe-ish of dungeon. Past that, no problem. Right. Doing ridiculous damage now. I don't think that's just type. No, they're just weak Pokemon for low defense. And this is only Ember as well. When I get Flamethrower, it'll be yeah, 230. I think Parasect has Dry Skin as a base ability, whatever you call it. Fire moves do more damage. Don't want to do that right. That's better. I don't think while we're on this expedition we can recruit any Pokemon. I don't think. I might have a look at Hidden Power actually, because it's not a terrible move. We can both learn it. Damage of 6. Interesting. I might think about giving that to one of us. Maybe not permanently, temporarily. Here are our first Aerodactyl as well. I forgot they're in here. I don't think they're quite as dangerous as the Sky Tower Aerodactyl in the first game, where they use agility 4 times and just kill everyone immediately. But they've got pressure, so we're losing PP pretty quickly. I think I've only got 1 or 2 max as well. Yeah, they're nowhere near as dangerous as the first game. Dangerous Pokemon, dangerous final dungeon Pokemon in this game, but I think the Metagross. I don't know. We'll get to that. That's later on. So yeah, we can be hit by super effective moves and only take 1/3 of our damage at the moment. I'm probably under leveled as well because I've gone through this pretty quickly. Still a very straightforward game, to be honest. I don't know what extent to that is. It is an easy game, or I've played it way too much. Must be nearing the end of this dungeon as well. I reckon. 100% deal with that. Don't you scratch. Yeah, I need type advantage faster. Because you always use a super effective move when they have it. I reckon I've been quite lucky with these stairs as well. Yeah, there you go. I believe it's this one that's got 14 floors. How we do this. Should be it. There we go. Now we're chapter 8 already. Chapter 7 was very short. Chapter 8 is Groudon's Heart. Got over Mount Horn. And we've arrived at base camp. So this theme I love. This is a kind of mysterious forest theme. We're all late. Yeah, that dinner we took. Finally getting told off for it. But we're going to have a moment now. This weird sensation. I know this place. Have I been here before? And does it have something to do with me before I lost my memory? Intriguing. So this isn't explained until quite a bit later on, I think. A densely forested area, and there's a lot of fog. So Fogbound Lake somewhere concealed in here, but it's only a rumour so far. The lake has eluded discovery. But Anako's got a story. There's a certain legend. Home to a Pokemon named Uxie. Not really sure on a lot of these pronunciations, but I think I'm going to go with Uxie. Lock eyes with others and wipe their memories clean. If travellers were happen upon Fogbound Lake, Uxie would wipe their memories clean. So at this point, the main character is going to be thinking, is that what happened to me? Wicked tough, everything will be fine. At this stage, we're not so sure. Go off in teams and explore the forest. So at this point, we lose Bidoof. I think he goes. I presume he just goes off on his own. I don't know how he makes it through Foggy Forest on his own. To be honest, he's not that weak at all. It's a very unsure Pokemon. Fogbound Lake could be under the ground. Quite a sweet moment between Diglett and Dugtrio, to be honest. My son, my pride and joy. Let's look underground. And everyone else is off. Team Skull. So at this stage, we don't know what they're going to do. We know their plan. The two characters of us don't know their plan, but we the player know the plan. It's to mug the guild as soon as they find treasure. So having another moment, I know this place. Are those two things really just a coincidence, or maybe I came here before I lost my memory and wiped my memories clean. Right, let's talk to these two before we go. I don't think we need to save at all. Tough, this is exciting. Already, and we'll go through the main one. No forest path. Foggy Forest it is, let's roll out. And me just continuing my moment anyway. Maybe the keys to unlocking my memory are here. Fogbound Lake might find the answers. See, this is a part of a game that annoys me. There's one path out of here. There's a massive bright stone in it. Everyone else has missed it. Although, to be fair, like, the game doesn't fully explain exactly what the big powers are. Because obviously Sam finds... We've not seen the relic fragment in ages. Sam finds that, but it's kind of explained that the relic fragment found him, really. So maybe this is the same with this stone. The big powers in the game have led it to be found by Sam rather than anyone else. Right, let's roll. Foggy Forest. I do very much like this theme. So yeah, if you pick Pikachu as your main Pokemon here, you're probably going to struggle in this dungeon because electric type moves are weakened by the fog. Although everything still seems to be pretty weak. Can't remember how many floors this place has either. I'm pretty sure it's a one-parted dungeon, it's not two-parted. The next dungeon is definitely two-parted. Move. Can't remember which. Scary Face, right, that is actually quite useful. Certainly against the bosses. So we will definitely have that. I think the next move I learn is Flame Whirl, which will be pretty good once we get that. I can't decide. I'm not having either of them. Inventory is too full already. We need that extra inventory space. I think you get an enlarged treasure bag after the expedition. And that might be the last upgrade. I'm not sure. I think it caps at 48 in the end, which is a lot more than Red and Blue Rescue Team, because I think you only ever get 24 throughout. Might be even less than that, actually. Might be 16. Turn fight here. It's easy to run away in this game, assuming your partner's got the right IQ strategies and stuff, but if you run away and then run into something else and get trapped, then you've probably had it. Another level. Do we get Flame Wheel Hill? No, not yet. I think that is relatively soon though. Not that that's one of the best moves, but it's better than Ember, so it will be an upgrade. The one I really want by leveling is Lava Plume, which attacks everything around you. And Steel Wing, but I'm not going to bother with that, got enough money already. Yeah, Lava Plume and Flamethrower I definitely want. Fire Blast is an interesting one, because I think it is the most powerful fire move, but it is just the target in front move. There's no long range or area of effect. Didn't know what it wanted to. Still, all of these enemies are still very weak. Like, they're getting beaten one hit by all of our attacks. Nearly all. Even if they're not super effective. And, you know, if they use a regular move, they'll do 1 damage. If they use a big move, then it might do a third of your HP. But you're just going to take it out in 1 hit the next turn. I don't know. Maybe I am too good at the game, or maybe it is an easy game. I don't know. There we go. We are through Foggy Forest. And we find this beautiful little area. So, there's waterfalls here. That implies there's something that the water is falling from. So there's a place up high. So maybe Diglett and Dugtrio had the wrong idea of looking underground. where are we? Is this the deepest part of the forest? Hey, sounds like it's Corphish. But this is only the real... I mean, Corphish gets barely any character development in this game, but this is the kind of... This is the one time you spend a bit of solo time with him. And he's... this is the biggest part of the story he takes, really. Found something that is kind of interesting. It's a statue of Groudon. Obviously the characters have never seen this Pokemon before. We get a footprint runes. So footprint runes are revisited again. They're never fully explained, but I guess that is like... Is that like Braille to Pokemon, or...? I suppose it could be. Oh, I missed that. The path to treasure should be revealed. Something about... I don't know. This mean the treasure of Fogbound Lake. The secret could be hidden right here. Life that burned within Groudon. We're supposed to ignite the life that was in the statue. How do we do that? So at this point, touch the statue. So at this point we haven't had a dimensional scream in quite a while. And this is the first time a guild member's seen my ability, Corphish. It's never revisited that Corphish knows before the others do. Well, I'll be interested to look out, because the guild do eventually will find out when we tell them. I'll be interested to see what Corphish's reaction is then. So, touch the statue. And there we go. It's triggered. That's it, it's here, it's here. And that's all we get. So whose voice was that? I think if you've played the game before, you will know the answer to that. I'm not going to reveal it. I see, place the drought stone in Groudon's heart. That lifts the fog. Very well done, good job, partner. So there's 2 Pokemon there. No, there's not. There's 1 Pokemon there. So that was different from what I've got before. This time I only heard a voice. So whose voice was that? Yeah. So there's the voice that presumably is coming from the Pokemon. And then there's the other being that he's speaking to. So we have had just the voice before, I think. Because the first time we held the apple that Azurill dropped, it was just the voice of Azurill screaming, I think. Place the drought stone in Groudon's heart. That lifts the fog. Is that maybe the stone we picked up that everyone else somehow missed on the one route here? So yeah, I'm going to claim that the special powers of Bort have made it such that, much like the relic fragment, Sam was the one to find it, and it didn't appear for the other Pokemon. There's a small hollow in the statue's chest. Stone I found. Yes. It's in. Oop. What have we done? And the fog is lifted. It's a bright sunny day. Hey, look. You would have thought, like, investigation teams would have noticed there must be something above from the waterfalls, but apparently not. But if we look up... Can we not see it? Or is that what it is? Is it about to appear? There it is. So Fogbound Lake is at the top. I love that little theme, the kind of mystery theme. So there we go, we've defeated the fog. Now let's go explore. Corphish is running off to tell everyone. Let's move on. But Team Skull, they picked this as their time to strike. Swipe the treasure thanks to you. That's why you joined this expedition. Their game plan is coming into motion. See, again, I want this boss fight now. I wanted it back in Apple Woods and I want to fight him now, but we're not going to get the chance once again. We never fight Skuntank in the game. They're about to do their noxious gas combo. Oh, they've been interrupted by an apple. And it's Wigglytuff. Coming in clutch at the best of moments. You two shouldn't be dawdling here. You two have a job. I don't know why he says this to us and not them. But he's giving us an out. We can escape Team Skull now. So it's just carrying on while he stays there with Team Skull. So they make an excuse. We were thinking that we should go explore as well. I'm not quite sure why Wigglytuff kind of says no here. Because, I mean, Team Skull are there to explore as well, as like affiliates of the guild. Yeah. Unless Wigglytuff is just being weird and random. Gee, this is getting really weird. We have to do something. We'll take down Wigglytuff right now. I mean, this isn't the worst idea they've had, to be honest, given that their initial plan was to take on the whole guild at once as soon as the treasure was found. Wigglytuff is like creepy. He's no big deal, besides he has an unbelievably precious treasure. So I think I know what that treasure is, and it's explained in a special episode, which I won't reveal yet. I was planning on mugging him for it anyway, so this is a good opportunity. I mean, of all the plans they've had, this isn't the worst one. It's quite reasonable, to be fair. Still evil, but reasonable. Wigglytuff is really going to get it. No hard feelings, but he's going down. Now, chapter 9 already, so we get quite a lot of chapters in a very short time here. The Mystery of Fogbound Lake. And here we get another beautiful theme. So this is... I don't know how to explain the vibe of this theme, but it fits the dungeon very well. It is that kind of badass... It's the kind of badass this is the dungeon of the expedition. Heading into a place where no one has ever gone before. Apart from... Oh no, he's not been there yet, has he? So, the Pokemon in question that does go here hasn't been there yet, although he does go there shortly after the expedition. But I guess the Pokemon in question, I'm not giving away any spoilers, and another figure in question have been there in a different time. Ready to head in. There's no alternative dungeon in this one. Back at the Groudon statue. They're still having a face-off. Been staring him down for how long now? Wigglytuff's confused. This guy's tough. So Skuntank maybe starting to feel... So obviously they've done nothing at this point, but maybe now Skuntank's starting to feel that they might not win this. Trying to make me laugh with silly faces. You get very few alternative artworks there, but that's one of them. And this isn't working and we're out of options. Hey, no feelings, but you're going down. So why they didn't do this before, I don't know, but... Take this, not just gas special. And there we go, they've done it. And then back with us, we carry on. So obviously we don't know what's happened at this point. We assume Wigglytuff has gone down. Given that the noxious gas combo took us out pretty easily. Now we're in Steam Cave. I love this theme. It's sort of dark, sort of, but not like endgame dark. It suits the kind of steam, and it feels like a hot soundtrack. We're in a very hot dungeon, so it suits it so well. Again, we're blasting every enemy away in one hit at level 15. I don't really know if we're under-leveled, because we've not been beat, so we've not had to kill any enemies multiple times. We've just done potentially difficult missions, and we've done a lot of missions in the same dungeon. If I had to guess, I would say we're under-leveled at this point, and we're still bagging everything out at one hit. Always going to step over every item, just in case it turns out to be something unexpected. 100 damage when they've got about 60 health. Special. That's a reviver. I think when I was preparing, I packed in a violent seed for the boss fight at the end of this dungeon, which, I mean, we're not going to need it, but I might use it anyway. So what you really want is a violent seed, a speed seed, quick seed, or whatever it's called. And you want a long range ability. One annoying part of this game compared to the... well, perhaps not annoying, but in the future games like DX and Super, you can assign a move to every button. So it's L1 and then whatever move you want to use. So X, circle, square, triangle, or Xbox equivalent. In this game you can only assign one move, which is a bit annoying. Brick Tough, that is HP boost I think, and that's plus 10. Not bad at all. While we're here we will have that max also. Right, I want to disable that. I'm going to save that for the boss fight, Scary Face, because we will definitely use it then. Yeah. 10 damage, is that it? I thought that was going to be killer, but apparently not. Let's just ingest this. Not Sam! Oh well. And I'll find another room. Maybe one day. Midway already. We've heard something. I mean, I didn't hear that, so I don't think there's any audible sound there at all, but... heard it slightly though. Very faint. So at this point, I think, for players who haven't played this game before, I think it would be fair to suspect that roar is Groudon. Because we've seen the statue of Groudon outside. The chapter is called Groudon's Heart. There, it is bigger that time. What that is a scare tactic. We're not wanted here. But we're going to persevere, we're going to keep going. We're nearly there. When we reach the top, we might meet Uxie at last. Might answer the big question, who am I? Or who was I before I lost my memory? That reminds me. Still haven't spoken to Sam. Yeah. Always good to talk. So sit down, chat. But I've confessed what's happened. I have a strange feeling that we know this place. I've also heard about the Pokémon that lives here. So you think you've been here before? Yes, I think that is a perfectly reasonable explanation. I think Uxie took my memory. Now we really have to get to the top. So we're going to persevere despite the roars. Let's go, let's get to the top. And now we're going to see what happened. Oh no, we're not. Okay, I'll take that back. We're going to crack on. See a Gramble. Yeah, this theme is very much, you're in for it now. You've had a few easy dungeons, but now you're in for it. It barely does anything, but it just takes so much time to use. The drums in this theme I absolutely love. Too strong, banging everything in one hit still. Very cool. Still in love with this theme. I think this is probably my favourite one so far. I think. I don't know what the next big one is. And when we get to dungeons like Crystal Cave, the theme for that is absolutely gorgeous. This is a big difference between this game and the previous one. In Red and Blue Rescue Team, when there was a second part of a dungeon, it used to be only 2 or 3 floors. Until you got to Sky Tower, when it turned out it was like 8. In this game, the midway point of a dungeon seems to be genuinely midway. So there's a lot of floors between the rest and the boss. Yeah, we'll take Energy Bill. There's not really anyone we can use it on in this theme, but I do want to keep it regardless. I think in all of the dungeons... No flame oil yet. I think all of the dungeons in Red and Blue Rescue Team, like the ones with the birds, legendary birds, there was, I think, a maximum of 5 floors between the rest point and the boss, and usually there was only 3. So the vibe of that is very much a couple of floors, but this is mainly the rest, so you can have another go if you lose, and it doesn't take you that long to get back to the boss. Whereas in this, it's 7 floors before the boss. But now we're here, Steam Cave Peak. Feels strange somehow. Air is full of tension. Terrible sense of danger. There's the roar. What is it? Oh god. That is a terrified artwork right there. Something's coming. Now we get the flashback. So there's Corfish, we're going to see where the guild are. So there is everyone else by Wigglytuff and Team Skull. And there's the Groudon statue. Corfish has seen the Guildmaster. Guildmaster seemed too preoccupied. They can hear the shaking down here. And we're like 15 floors up at this point. We're up at the top and they can hear the shaking. And the roar. And we are right in front of what's happening. Let's head up. So they're chasing after us. Think it's her turn. Like moaning and groaning. Dugtrio's not having it. But it's definitely something. And it's Team Skull. They've been knocked out. They are completely busted. How did that happen? So Wigglytuff just shrugged off the Noxious Gas special like it was nothing and smacked the hell out of them. So at this point we understand just how tough Wigglytuff is. Like, we didn't even get a fight scene with Team Skull. They just used the Noxious Gas and we were out. We were gone completely. And Wigglytuff just steamrolled them. And now we go back to us. We're going to learn what it is. It's Groudon. It looks like the statue. You've come to desecrate this place. Depart now. We just want to go to Fogbound Lake. Groudon's the guardian. You will never leave here alive. Oh dear. Now we go back to the guild again. Where, I mean, the purpose of this scene is to big up how tough Groudon is supposed to be. I'll ask you something. You know about Groudon. Chatot being a dick again. Legendary Pokemon spoken only of in myths. He raised the land from the sea. What if you were to face Groudon in battle? See, I love this scene. Well, it's us against Groudon and the guild talking about just how tough he's gonna be. Like, it bigs him up so well. What would happen? Out of the question. If anyone were foolish enough to face Groudon, it'd be like throwing your life away. This is done so well. We gotta be brave. Sam's being brave. Prepare for my wrath. Here we go. Okay, we're one tile away. The sun is shining, which means water gun looks like it's going to be useless. I'm going to have Sam do scary face first. Alright, I can't quite remember the turn order. I think we move first, then the enemy, and then Sam. So, I don't think he's got any long range moves anyway, but I'm not going to risk moving left. I'm going to fail. Okay, we're in range now. So Sam's going to use scary face, I'm going to smoke screen. Scary face missed. Alright, that's annoying. Sam's not got any 2-tile attacks. I'm going to use this turn to do the Violent Seed. And I'm going to spam Ember when he's in range. So let's have Sam use Scary Face, me do Ember. 84 damage, yeah. This should be a short fight. I think we've got this one comfortably in the bag. Right, he's going to do that every time. I don't think there's anything really we can do in this turn. I want to try and force him into a corner, really. Quick attack range. Sam Scary Face again? No, so I can use Bite to try and land a move that makes him cringe or whatever it is. We might get through this fight, not taking any damage at all. Oh, he took that 5. Okay. And he's not moving back now because he's cornered. Beautiful. There we go. 5 damage in the whole fight after all that bigging up. There we go. We have defeated Groudon. We got him. Is it really? Or have we? Where did Groudon go? That was not Groudon. Okay. The plot thickens. Groudon was nothing more than an illusion that I conjured. Who said that? I'm the guardian here, and I cannot allow you to pass. But who is it? I only came to get some information. We're an exploration thing. I believe you. Okay. It's Uxie. And guard over something special that lies in Fogbound Lake. Let me escort you there. Let's do it. So we've now beaten all the dungeons in the expedition. And now we get the payoffs. Ah, this theme. Such a gorgeous theme now. The old Fogbound Lake. Look at that. Even on DS graphics. I mean, we've upscaled it by 5, but... Cast your eyes to the glowing area of the lake's centre. Step forward for a closer look. It's a time gear. Can't figure it out, but it's making my heart race. So now we learn more and more about the main character. Why do time gears make his heart race? Why should it stir him up so much? Sam doesn't know what it is. It's a time gear. sole reason Uxie's there. That was before you've tried to trespass. Use the Groudon illusion to chase most of them off. So it's quite a powerful psychic move then. Groudon illusion that can fight. Managed to make my way to this spot, but they were trespassers, so I took away their memories. Meet my partner, at present a Pokemon, at one time a human. Have you met Zach here before? And did you wipe my memories? Remember anything like that? The answer is... no. No human has ever come here. I erase only memories of Fogbound Lake, cannot fully erase memories from living beings. I had nothing to do with your friend's memory loss. Nor anything to do with the transformation. So Uxie's nothing to do with it. So Sam's claiming it looks like you haven't been here before. We have. Time gear. It's Wigglytuff. We can't take a time gear. At this point, like, if I was Uxie, I'd be like panicking. There's so many people turning up. Wigglytuff befriending the Groudon. Time gear theme again. And there's the rest of the guild as well. So Team Skull never made it, and we're not going to see them for a long time still. I love that. Panicking at the sight of the Groudon. Pretty. Oh, we get this theme now. Absolutely gorgeous theme, this one. And I didn't think we got it until the very end of the game, when everything looks like it's solved. Very powerful theme. Treasure must be the view. Shame we don't have Poke cameras yet. Glad I came too. Yeah, so all of the things we were thinking before, obviously it's not Uxie. That's not the cause of the memory loss or the transformation at all. Uxie said, didn't know me. How do I know about this place? And I don't think that's ever actually explicitly revealed, although it's kind of clear what does happen later on. That time gear. I see that time gear. Why does my pulse race? It's unease. What does it mean? So sorry to have disturbed you. And that's it. I shall not take away your memories of this place. You've earned my trust. I must ask that you keep this place a secret. So at this point, I think the guild's only aware of one time gear that has been stolen, which is the one in Treeshroud Forest. Although chronologically, a second time gear has been stolen at this point. The news just hasn't broken, I think. And there we go. We're going back to the guild. Job done. So that is the end of the expedition. All in one episode. They safely returned to the guild. And going to the guild meant taking up the standard training schedule. Life as usual, back to normal. And there we go. The fog has cleared around the map. Do we get another special episode? Treasure bag, bigger. Lovely. I think we might get Sunflora's one, I reckon. No, it's Wigglytuff's one. Igglybuff the Prodigy. And that, I remember, is a brilliant special episode. So, in the next episode, that is exactly what we do. We will do the Wigglytuff special episode. And that will be all for today. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you then. Peace.